project, what do you think made this project successful?
I think what we do a really good job of is engaging with their customer and collaborating with them to reach a solution that will fit their specific application. Although we do have a suite of standard products don't fit every application. So customers like to hear that we're willing to customize and give them a product that will specifically fit their application. This is not the first time we've created a custom solution for our customers. We have a 5-step design process that we follow strictly. It really ensures that we don't miss any key steps through the design process. It ensures we are managing and fulfilling the customer's expectations properly, and we don't miss any key or vital aspect of a project, such as packaging, testing, long lead components, obsolescence risks, and things like that. So we give the customer a lot of confidence to show that we have a very thorough template to think of anything that could go wrong in the project. More than that, we also show them that we can fulfill their needs and desires from a technical standpoint. We show them that we can do very specialized testing that requires a lot of very expensive and special equipment. Explaining all those things up front gives the customer a lot of confidence that we're the right partner.
Absolutely, and one thing I think about too is in our organization, a lot of times our engineers, many of the engineers on your team, are designing products for us internally, but also designing products for the customer, and that gives them some experience not only designing the product, but they're actually down there on the production floor building prototypes. Do you think that kind of hands-on experience and working through the production launch and getting products from both concept to full production, does that aid in our design process and how we think about designs?
Absolutely, and the reason is because when you're developing a product, it's not just the technical specifications of each individual component, but it's also, you got to be keeping in mind in a manufacturing environment, can you build the next 100 to 1,000 units the exact same way? Having an engineer build one, pretty good chances of making it exactly what the customer wants, right? But now the question is, how can we scale and grow with the customer as their demands grow? Which is a whole different engineering discipline that we have a very good team on board to assist us with that.
Absolutely, and I think that's one thing I see with both our design engineers and then the production team, that they work very closely together in the development process, but actually that handoff between the concept to getting to full volume production, they collaborate very closely. We collaborate very closely with customers. One of the things that sticks out in my mind is when we work on a project like this, it seems like it's important for us to define like the final production inspection and testing requirements around the customer's requirements versus what we might internally define as a motion control spec. How do you think about that in terms of developing that kind of final test spec?
Right, we want to make sure that every product we build, whether it's a prototype or a production unit, functions the way that the customer expects it to function. We have our own internal criteria that we generally follow with every unit, but a lot of those are causes rather than effects. So we really, at the end of the day, what matters is if it fulfills the customer's needs and works in their application. So we have to develop with them, most of the time, a custom test fixture so that we can test their actual environment that the product will be used in.
And I think the fact that we go through that process seems to lead to a lot of the success we have in terms of our quality record and our ability to consistently deliver high volume production.
That's right, because once it leaves the store, there should be no question that it's going to work for the customer.
Absolutely.